Stop for a moment, take a breath, and ask yourself, what happens when you die? For most of us, that question is wrapped in fear, uncertainty, even denial. But deep within the mountains of Tibet, a 1,000-year-old book claims to have the answer. Not just a guess, not just a story, but a map, a step-by-step guide through the journey your consciousness takes the moment you leave your body. They call it the Bardos, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. It is not a book of superstition, it is a manual for navigating the realms beyond death. Realms most people only glimpse for a heartbeat before being pulled back into the endless cycle of birth and rebirth. But what if you could use this knowledge to do more than survive death? What if you could escape it entirely? Tonight, you and I will walk through this forbidden map together, and you will see that this is not only a guide for the dying, it is a manual for the living. For death in the eyes of the Tibetans is not an end, but a mirror. And how you meet it will be decided by how you live, starting right now. The origins of the forbidden map. In the remote monasteries of Tibet, death is not feared. It is studied, rehearsed, prepared for. The Tibetan Book of the Dead is not read like a normal book. It is whispered to the dying by a trained spiritual guide, a lama, who knows the terrain of the afterlife as well as you know the streets of your own neighborhood. This is because death, in their view, is a journey through landscapes of light and darkness, beauty and terror, all of which arise from one source, your own mind. And here lies the first secret of the text. These teachings are not only about what happens after death, they're about the Bardos, the in-between states, moments when everything familiar dissolves and you stand at the edge of transformation. Death is only the final Bardo. Every heartbreak, every great change, every moment of uncertainty. These are all Bardos, and each one is an opportunity either to awaken or to fall deeper into illusion. The first Bardo, the clear light. The journey begins the moment the body dies. Your breath stops, your heart falls silent, but your consciousness does not fade. Instead, something extraordinary happens. A brilliant light appears. It is not outside you, it is you. The Tibetans call it the clear light, the pure, unfiltered essence of awareness itself. This is the most important moment in the entire journey. If you recognize this light as your own true nature, liberation is instant. You are free from the cycle of birth and death forever. But most do not recognize it. Why? Because the mind, untrained, panics in the face of such vastness. It clings to what it knows, form, identity, the familiar. And in that instant of hesitation, the light fades. The first Bardo is the great test, and the Tibetans train for it their entire lives, not by avoiding death, but by meeting it in meditation again and again until it becomes a friend. The second Bardo. The visions for those who miss the clear light, the journey continues. Now consciousness begins to project visions. Some of breathtaking beauty, others of unimaginable terror. Peaceful deities appear first, figures of compassion, wisdom, and infinite serenity. They are not gods in the usual sense. They are you, the highest aspects of your own mind, made visible. If you can recognize them as yourself, liberation is still possible. But if you do not, the visions change. The light dims, and wrathful deities emerge, fierce, terrifying beings with blazing eyes and weapons in hand. These are not punishments. They are the shadow aspects of your own mind. Every fear, every wound, every desire you have buried. They come not to harm you, but to show you what you have not faced. If you can look at them without fear, they dissolve into light. If you cannot, you are pulled deeper into the Bardos. This is the divine mirror, and whether you look away or look within will shape everything that follows. The third Bardo, rebirth. Now the landscape shifts again. Your consciousness is weightless, drifting, but you begin to feel a pull. Visions appear, faces, landscapes, entire worlds, each shimmering with possibility. These are the gateways to your next life. They are not random. They are magnetic mirrors shaped by your karma, the total sum of your actions, intentions, and desires. If your life was filled with compassion, awareness, and clarity, you are drawn to brighter paths. If it was dominated by fear, anger, and attachment, darker realms pull at you. In this stage, you are both the painter and the canvas. Your next life is being drawn in real time by the brushstrokes of your own mind. Here, liberation is still possible, but only if you can see all these visions for what they are: illusions. The moment you identify with one, you step through its doorway, and you are born again. Training for death while living. The Tibetans believe that the best time to prepare for death is now. Meditation is the primary training ground, learning to rest in pure awareness so that, in the Bardo, you can recognize the clear light instantly. Another practice is Tonglen, breathing in the suffering of others, breathing out compassion. This trains the heart to stay open, even in the face of fear. Mantras, too, are essential. Sacred sounds that align your mind with higher states of being, so that, in the afterlife, you are naturally drawn toward liberation. And perhaps the simplest but most profound practice, contemplating impermanence, remembering that everything, every joy, every sorrow, is temporary. This shifts your priorities, stripping away the petty and revealing what truly matters. Death as the greatest teacher. To the Tibetans, death is the final exam of awareness, but every moment of life is the study leading up to it. When you live as if death could come at any time, you live more fully. You speak the words you would otherwise hold back. You love without hesitation. You walk your path without fear. One day you will enter the Bardo, and in that moment you will face the greatest truth of all, that every light, every vision, every world you see was born from your own mind. And if you can remember that, you will walk through the afterlife as its master, not its prisoner. If you wish to unlock more hidden knowledge, the kind that rewrites how you see life, death, and reality itself, subscribe to the Secret Hidden Vault and tell me in the comments, if you could remember everything after death, would you want to? Until next time, walk in light.